This is Brian Savard for MPHawks.com. I'm here with New Paltz head women's tennis coach Rob Bruley. Coach, you're the East Division's #1 seed for the second time in as many years, heading into the SUNYAC championships this weekend. How is your preparation heading into this dual match tournament format different from your preparation heading into a flighted tournament?
Well, I think with the flighted tournament, it was very individual based, and sometimes it was down to the luck of the draw. Certainly, if you were not a seeded player, you had your fingers crossed that you didn't come up against a seed in the first round. And obviously, if you lose in the first round, that eliminates any chance of you gaining any points moving through the brackets. The flighted tournament really is all about gaining points from round to round. Whereas the team head-to-head, a player can take a loss, but the team can take the win. You could win a match 5-4 and move on. Whereas the flighted tournament, you start losing 2 or 3 matches in the first round, and really it's going to be tough moving on to try and take the championship.
Now, you face SUNY Oswego, the West Division's #4 seed, in the first round again, and it's a team that you see a lot of. You play them every year, and they come to your spring tournament every year. Break down this quarterfinal matchup.
Well, we will be heavy favourites going into it, but again, we can't take anything for granted. The last thing we want to do is to have a slip up and walk out there with kind of egg on our face. So we approach this as professional as we can. Take nothing for granted. Just go out and play a good, solid game, and hopefully the little bit of strength and a little bit of class that we have over Oswego hopefully will rise, and not get too freaked out about the fact that that we are the top seed and we are the #1 seeds, and there is a little bit of pressure on us, but I'm sure that the team can handle that pressure.
Now, your team has won 4 conference titles, and you've finished among the top 2 in the conference for 10 straight years. What will it take for you to win your 5th league crown?
Well, I think it is going to take an enormous effort from every single player on the program. The match against Genesee here was again one of our classics that we always have. We came out on top 5-4. It's tough to read a lot into that, really, because if you actually study each individual match, take the 2 doubles, for instance, we beat them 9-7, and then take the 3 doubles, for instance, we lost 8-6. So you can see where it's not going to take much of a momentum swing either way to win or even lose a point there. And again, some of the single matches were extremely close. It's just 2 teams that really match up so well against each other, and it's going to come down to 1 or 2 errors either side.
What makes this such a compelling and special rivalry that you have with Geneseo? They're a team that, over the course of the past decade, has really been your nemesis in the conference.
I think it's just the fact that the standard of play on either side of the net is very identical. These players that are on these 2 programs, are some of the strongest players in the Northeast in Division 3. And both schools are very fortunate to have this standard of player attend the colleges. I don't think it's any mistake that they're at these 2 schools, because these kids are very academically sound as well. So, they're looking also on the academic side of the schools and also the athletic side with 2 very, very strong tennis programs that enjoy the rivalry that we've got. And there are 1 or 2 coming up behind us as well that I think you're going to see in probably 2 or 3 years that this rivalry may turn out, instead of being a 2-team rivalry, to be a 4-team rivalry. And that will be good, I think, for the conference. Obviously, it's always good to have a strong conference. But at the moment, the 2 of us are standing head and shoulders above the other teams, and it is our hope that we can meet them on Sunday.
Any final thoughts heading into this weekend?
Certainly, I've told the girls really not to look any further than 1 game ahead. I'd like to think that we can move into the semi-final, and that's as far as we're going to look, because we probably will match up against Oneonta in the semi-final. Again, another very, very strong team that raises its game against New Paltz, as they do when they play Geneseo. And a team that in the past it's been tough. We had a tough match last year against them in the semi-final. I believe it went to 6-3. And when we used to have the flighted tournament as well, whenever we played an Oneonta singles or doubles player, we knew we were in for a tough time. So basically, I think our game plan going into the weekend is just look at the match that you're in, because if you end up losing that match, there is no other match to look forward to. And I think what it's going to take as well is a team effort from each and every player. We were talking about it the other night. The only thing I want is 100% of effort from each and every one of them. Leave it out there on the court. If we win, great. Shake their hand. If we lose, you'll know you can go to bed on Sunday night, if we're in the final, knowing that we've given everything that we can possibly give to try and bring this SUNYAC trophy back home to New Paltz.
Great. Well, good luck this weekend, and hopefully you guys bring the title back to New Paltz.
Thank you very much.